FDP virtual mode, the interdisciplinary application of science and artificial intelligence for sustainable development. The Department of Biochemistry, IQAC cell and IAC cell of RVS College of Arts and Science, happy to welcome for the same. Today, on the sixth day, we have Mr. Lakshmanan sir, proud alumni of RVS CAS of 1996 batch of Biochemistry, CEO, Allwell Solutions, Bangalore, Karnataka. He will be addressing us on the topic Translational Biochemistry from Lab to Industry. We are happy to welcome you, sir.
Thank you.
So now let's have a brief introduction about Lakshmanan sir, and I welcome Dr. Parvada Vardhini, Assistant Professor from the Department of Biochemistry, to give away the welcome address. Over to you, Parvada.
Thank you. Good afternoon to everyone. It's my great pleasure to the resource person for today's session, Mr. Lakshmanan, who has kindly accepted our invitation to share his knowledge and experience regarding the translational biochemistry from lab to industry. Mr. Lakshmanan is a visionary leader and seasoned management professional with over 20 years of extensive experience across diverse industries, including pharmaceuticals, insurance, and banking. With a strong foundation in strategic planning, operations management, and business development, he has successfully held multiple key managerial positions throughout his career. As the CEO of Allwell Solutions, since its inception, Mr. Lakshmanan has played a pivotal role in building and shaping the organization's vision, growth strategy, and operational excellence. His leadership is marked by dedication, integrity, and a results-driven approach, and ensuring sustainable growth and long-term success. Known for his strong decision-making skills and ability to drive his high-performing teams, he brings a wealth of industry knowledge and practical expertise. His commitment to innovation, customer satisfaction, and organizational development continues to position Allwell Solutions as a trusted and forward-thinking company. Under his guidance, the company stands on the pillars of professionalism, reliability, and excellence. We are indeed fortunate to have such a distinguished personality among us today. We are sure that the session will be highly informative, inspiring, and beneficial to everyone present. With these few words, I warmly welcome Mr. Lakshmanan and invite him to deliver the session. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, ma'am. Thanks a lot for your kind words. Yeah. So quickly, let me go directly.
Yeah, over to you, Lakshmanan. You can start.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you so much.
Okay, before I start, a small introduction. Thanks, first of all, thanks, ma'am. Thanks for inviting me, and sorry for this attire because I've been traveling and I'm in my sister's place, so I once again apologize for this attire. And I'm off from office for the last 3-4 days due to some medical reasons.
Thank you so much. In spite of I know you and I understand the tight schedule of yours. I'm really inspired because after this, you are just giving out the session in real time. We are very happy for that, Lakshmanan. We are very happy.
Thanks, man. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. We need to thank you, actually.
So,
attire is not at all issue. You can.
Okay. Quick introduction. I completed my MSc Biochemistry in the year 2001. Then later on, came into pharma for 5-6 years, then into insurance. And somewhere, to be very honest with you all, I do not know. Somewhere, science was always away from me. I did not want to be a part of science. I think science loved me. So that's how I've been into this profession for the last 5-6 years. So I came across this particular topic called as nutrigenomics in the year 2018. And somewhere I was really inspired by this, something which is very new to India. And I was given to understand that only a few of companies in India were doing this. Then I thought, okay, why not start this? So in 2018, that's how we started this company called as Allwell Solutions in Bangalore. And luckily or successfully, we have been able to manage this to bring it to this level in the last 7 odd years. So I'll not take much of your time. I'll just quickly take you through what exactly we do. Instead of telling you about nutrigenomics, I would rather share my experience, what exactly we do in this particular domain. Is my screen audible? Is this one visible for everyone?
Yes, it's visible. It's visible.
Okay, fair enough. So, yeah, we started this institute called as AWINGS, that's Allwell Solutions Institute of Nutrition and Genomics. So, of course, I'm not getting into because I'm sure that these slides you would have seen many a times. So, a pretty old slide. We started in 2020. That's registered in 2020, and we started our first brand called as Zine Life. And of course, now today we are present across the country. So this is my team. Of course, a few of the faces might be known to few of you, and I'm lucky enough to head this team with Dr. Balakrishna or Arnavas Kola, and a few of our genetic counselors, Reena Balika, Kadilia ma'am, Prashanti ma'am, and in fact, Reena Balika is a biochemistry. She's a chief nutrigenomic counselor for us. And of course, we, in terms of sales and marketing, we have 3 of our pillars from across South India. So this is our vision. We inspire people to know more about their gene and take care of it and take charge of it. That's what we intend to promote this to the audience. So welcome to the nutritional genomics, or the era of personalized nutrition. So I would, once again, just give me a minute. Yeah, perfect. So the days are gone from what you call that illness wellness paradigm shift. From illness, how do you get into this wellness shift? Because earlier it was more to do with the treatment of illness. Now the scenario or the era has come to wellness. So this is what we exactly do. So in terms of genetic revolution, I'm sure that many of you would have seen this or heard about this in terms of CRISPR or reading DNA or writing DNA, or now the thing has come into editing DNA. I'm sure that in China, there's a doctor who has already edited and he has got his kids along with it. So a few of the examples which I want to share with you people is these are some of the researches which is happening across the globe. I'm sure that you would have known this, that glow in the dark cats, where scientists have took a particular, they have cloned and they have modified a particular DNA or gene where in the sense the cat starts glowing in the night. Venomous cabbage, we would have heard about this, something very peculiar. Even I was astonished to hear this when I saw this, where in order to avoid the caterpillars from damaging the crops, so scientists have edited or modified a particular gene and they have incorporated into it where it is consumable. Of course, it is consumable. Web spinning goats, something like what you call silk, we call it as a silk milk. So where we can get the silk from the goat's milk. That's how they've done it. Banana vaccines. Future, they say that we don't require to have any vaccination at all. Primarily, in fact, we can just take a banana, have it, and you are vaccinated. That's how it's going to be in the future. So it is a really astonishing world when you speak about genetics, or if you speak about things, the research, what is going behind. This is something could be true in the next 40, 50 years. There's a saying, if you survive till 2045, then death is your choice. That's what they say. Hello, am I audible?
வேற ஏதாவது கொஸ்டின்ஸ் ஆன்சர்ஸ்ல ஏதாவது டவுட் இருக்கா? நோ டவுட். இப்போ என்ன ஆன்சர் சொல்லிட்டேன்.
Is it audible now? Ma'am, am I audible now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, fair enough. One second. Okay, so as I was telling you that, as I was saying that survive till 2045, then death is going to be a choice for many of us. That's what they say that. So it could be true, and trust me, there are a lot of researches which is happening in especially countries like UK and US on this. Designer babies. As I told you earlier, that there is a research which has already been done by a Chinese scientist where he wanted to have his baby of his choice in terms of particular IQ level or whatever it is. Now it's going to be a real, it is going to be a reality in the future. That's how it's going to be. So it is the population can decide what kind of child they require, whether they wanted to have a kid with high IQ or no baldness or high vision, or it could be like a Sachin Tendulkar or like a Virat Kohli. Yes, it is highly possible. That's what it's going to be. Imagine a world with no electricity. This has already been done in a country. It's already been done where it's been modified and where the plant starts glowing in the night. So this is how the researches are going on behind the scene. So it's not only about ending diseases or designer babies. People are aspiring to have eternal youth also. So what is this? It's time to think ahead of time. So the old model was always reactive. So now it is going to be predictive. And always it was generalized. In case, I would say that the symptoms were treated. It was only the symptoms were treated, but not the root cause. So now we could go for prevention, and it is going to be a value for money also, the new model. Of course, I'm not going to take much into this, except for one point which I would like to share here is, it's only that 0.1% DNA which differentiates the entire human population, whatever we call 850 crores or 900 crores population. It's only the 0.1% DNA which is going to, which is, there's a difference. And astonishingly, I was given to understand that if we unwrap the DNA from a single individual, and if you make it as a thread, we can reach the moon 6,000 times. That's what they say. Of course, the Human Genome Project, which started in 1990 and got over in 2003, and there were close to more than 20 countries which participated, not necessarily only from science. It was from various backgrounds. It could be from maths or physics or chemistry or even from English literature, or from various departments came together and started this program. And of course, the deadline was 2005, but they were able to sequence it in 2003. What it is, I'm sure that you know that what is the DNA sequence. They sequenced in 2003. Now, so far, as per studies, there are close to 25 to 30,000 genes which has been studied, and we have data on that also. So the nutrigenomics, what's nutrition? The future of the nutrition, or we can say that how food reacts with the gene. That's what is the study about. So going forward, it's going to be the root cause which people are going to treat. It could be like now today we could see a lot of diseases like heart disease or anxiety, diabetes, cancer. But what could be the root cause? The root cause could be like lack of sleep or stress. And you notice that of late there are many people who are having a sudden cardiac arrest. Without any reasons. He could be a teetotaler, he will be absolutely good in physique, and he hits the gym regularly, but still he gets a sudden cardiac arrest. What could be the reasons? It could be a gene called as MYBPC3. That could be a gene. And for your information, is predominant high in South. And if I be more particular, it is more prone in India and Sri Lanka. If I narrow it down, it is more prone in Tamil Nadu and Kerala, that particular gene. Of course, pharmacogenomics, a lot about pharmacogenomics, because one size does not fit for everyone. Because here, when you hit a doctor with a let's say a fever, normal fever, the first thing which a doctor gives is a paracetamol. But does the paracetamol work for everyone? May not be. So what is it? It's going to be. Of course, this practice has already been started in developed countries like US and UK, where a patient is asked to do a DNA test, and based on his DNA results, the medication has been given. So your genetics load the gun, and your lifestyle actually pulls the trigger. That's how it's going. Sorry, we collect there's a process for it where the customer is supposed to be on fasting for an hour's time, and then we collect it for 2 ml and we send it to a lab. We are tied up with 3 labs across the country, and we send it to the lab, and the lab processes it and gives us a data of 6.5 lakh. We give a report to a client. Probably the report is around close to, let's say, 250 pages. So we do a sequencing close to 300 tests. And then customer what all diseases or diseases they're predisposed to in the future, and how they can rectify it through their food and their lifestyle modification. This is what in a nutshell we do it. So what are all the phenotypes we do it? Quick, I'll not take much of your time into this because it goes in pages. I'll just take only a few, and I'll share my experience with a few things. So nutrient deficiency risks. Now, this is the most ignored part, at least in India, where people don't tend to look at their vitamin A or their micronutrient at all, or they don't look at what are foods they're intolerant. There's a doctor called as Dr. Ravi. I can name him because he has given me the permission to do that. So it was from Khammam. So where this was in the year 2020, when first time he said, Lakshman, I don't want this. I'm not going to do this. I think this is, and through a reference, he was forced to take this. And when I met him, he was not even able to give his saliva, and because his hands were completely crumbled and he was not even able to hold a pen to write a prescription. So it was his assistant who was writing the prescription. Then after 8 months, the report came when we asked whether he wanted a counseling. He said, no, I don't require any of the counseling. Then after 8 months, I got a call from this person and he says, Lakshman, I want to meet you. So when I met him, he said, first thing he did is he shook my hand and he says, do you recognize or do you recollect anything? I said, no, sir. Then he says, see my hand here. See my hand here. Now it's absolutely fit. Then I said, okay, wow, that's great, sir. But how did we help you? Then he said, Lakshman, when I went through your report, I saw that I am a gluten intolerant person. And I've been running from pillar to post, from AIMS to every hospital in India. I've been there, and I was been asked to be on steroids. And when I saw a report, I found that I'm a gluten intolerant. So I gave up on gluten, or stopped eating the sweets and chapatis and whatever you call it as. And he says, no, I'm absolutely fine. So a small testimonial which really made us saying that, yes, we are doing something really good for the society. Diabetes, this is once again, I would say that it's a big, I could call it as a scam also sometimes. Of course, nothing personal on medical fraternity, because I've also been in this diabetic industry for 5 years. I worked with a pharma company. I know how it works. So I don't know, suddenly the HbA1c levels they drop down to 5.2 and suddenly it goes to 6, and maybe in the future it may come down to 4 also. But what could be the trigger? What could cause a diabetic? When we did this test with many people, we found that many are not supposed to be diabetic. Their gene was not supposed to be expressed, but it has been expressed because of their lifestyle modification, nothing else. So this is test, we do it. Allergy risk, the best example is my wife. My wife is, she gets the sinusitis sort of thing, and almost weekly once she has this sort of sneezing and cold and running nose. You will not believe, finally we found that she was allergic to peanut. That's how we found it when we did this test. So gut, I need not speak because many of you are doctors here. You would understand the importance of gut. There are many genes which are responsible for, like example, LCT or ABO. These are a few genes which are responsible. And if you are able to do this test, and if you are able to find out whether this particular gene is going to be expressed, then probably now onwards we can ensure that how do we handle these genes by not expressing it, by modifying our lifestyle. Dermatology, everyone loves to be really good. They use a lot of creams and those things. So, but does it really work? That we will be able to do it. Of course, infection diseases, it could be, there could be viral or bacterial or microbial. We'll be able to do it. Hormonal related, we'll be able to do it. IVF, pregnancy and loss. This I could say that is one of the biggest business, at least growing in India, because it goes in lakhs and crores nowadays. But does it really work for an individual? Whether an embryo implantation rate, whether it's going to be really working, I'll be able to tell you. With this test, we'll be able to tell you. Or we could say about whether IVF failure, whether it's going to be a positive or a negative, we'll be able to tell you. Addiction risks, major thing, because many people think that, okay, people get addicted, but is it something they do it out of the moon? No, it is in your gene. It says that probably few people will be able to withdraw it very easily. I've seen many people who withdraws very quickly. They start and they stop it, but most of the people would not be able to do it. It's because of their gene. Now we'll be able to tell or advise these individuals saying that, boss, sir, if you start it, you may not be able to stop it. So it's better that you don't start it. That also we'll be able to tell you. Vaccinomics, does our vaccines really work? One big question is on the COVID vaccine. Still, that's a $1 million question which is going on. So I leave it to you. But still, whether vaccinomics works or not, we'll be able to tell you on this. Circadian rhythm, a very big topic, something a little bit close to my heart, because here many of us today have been habituated to sleep around 11 o'clock or 12 o'clock, and wanted to have a screen time in the nights, mostly in the nights. So everyone know that melatonin secretes in the evening only. And because of it, insulin drops actually in the night. But that's the time we have a very good junk food, and we have a good screen time. So what happens? Actually, what happens? If you see, there is something called as I could call it as a brain cleaning. So it doesn't happen. What happens is it accumulates toxins. Once these toxins accumulate, could be the major reason for something called as Parkinson's disease. Now today, suddenly all of a blue, Parkinson's and Alzheimer's have come in, which I couldn't recollect 50, 60 years back. But now it is more predominant in this era now. Fitness profile. Now everyone wants to lose weight or gain weight. Now I could say that everyone hits a gym. Probably you could see that any of your known people would have been hitting the gym for continuously for, let's say, 2 years or 3 years or 5 years. But have they lost weight? It's a big question mark. Why? Because our body is made up of two genes. Either it will be an endurance gene or a power gene. If it is a power gene, yes, you can hit the gym, you can do a lot of heavy weights, and you can do that. But in case if it's an endurance, then it's always better to have a normal walk and those things. Without knowing this, we hit the gym. And even after hitting a gym or you do exercise, what kind of injuries you are prone to? For example, today, the entire cricket team, not only in India, almost I could say across the globe, entire cricket team are supposed to have this test. They do this test, and then they accordingly they manage their day-to-day work. Personality traits. It could be like what kind of individual you are, whether you are a music lover or an animal lover, whether you have a good learning capability. The best examples I could say, I have a son and a daughter. Sorry. My daughter can speak easily 6 languages fluently. Same house, same environment, everything, but my daughter can speak 6 languages, whereas my son can speak only 3 languages. So what kind of trait, or the visual ability, or whether you're having a tendency to do gambling, or whether you can withdraw immediately. So these things also can be told by this test. Of course, cardiac profile will be able to do it. As I was speaking about MYBPC3, this is one gene which can tell you whether we are exposed to sudden cardiac arrest or not. As I told you now, especially Tamil Nadu and Kerala, it is predominant. And very recently, I believe 18 months back, there was no medicine earlier. 18 months back, a medicine called as Mavacamten has been launched. The cost was close to 10 lakhs. Now I think it is reduced to some 80,000 or 90,000 now. So of course, these are the genes which we do for medicinal response, the genes which I mentioned here. We do other categories also: respiratory, dental, ophthalmology, kidney, neurological health, and a lot. Quickly, I'm taking you through the testimonial. So this is Reena with our expert member. Also. These are for an some of Miss Tiba Patel, we are for cricketers, we have done it for film fat. Even recently, so, because how do we take a subject biochemistry into this industry? How are students more like looking at after completing their course, this would be a common thing. But how about we start advising, how do they start their own practice? Today, becoming much more famous, and people are more towards they can not necessarily a nutrition coach. It gives in terms of a professional, also in terms it's a good budget. I don't want to name the particular counselor. My counselor who freelance for me goes to 5 per session. It's for 1 hour. The session is for 1 hour. She charges 5,000 rupees. So that's how it goes for a counseling profile. Holistic practice. They can start holistic also. It could management, PCOS. That's what can be specialized in some of the. So I'll give you about watched Amir Khan's Gaj movie. It took almost 1.5 years for Amir Khan to build his body in Ghazni, whereas in Dangal, not done by us, by one of our my close competitor also. So he was the one who was helping Amir Khan to build his body. In a Dangal, he has 2 shades, Amir Khan. So one with a physique and one with a belly. So he was able to do these 2 profiles in just 3 months. 3 months he was able to make Amir Khan put on weight, and 3 months he was able to make Amir Khan build this body, kind of body. So that's the beauty about nutrigenomics. Of course, our Asia's richest man, Mr. Mukesh Ambani sir, he also has got into this. He has also acquired a company, a Bangalore-based company, and they are also into genomic testing. So turn on your good genes and turn off your bad genes. That's one thing which I would like to say on this note. So take care of your body. It's the only place you have to live. So that's from my side, ma'am. And I hope the presentation was short, but hopefully it had some meaning to it. One thing which I would always insist, my biochemistry students, whenever I meet a biochemistry or a microbiology, I always say 2 things for them. One, start learning any 2 online courses, maybe for 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, whatever it may be. It could be as simple as a Python or a AA. You may ask me a question, what does Python to do with biochemistry? Not at all. There are a lot of opportunity which is going to happen. And many are happening now. It could be like a AA, or it could be like a data management with biochemistry. So not necessarily he has to get into this clinical research or something. It could be like a data management. This is one thing which I always tell my students, or whichever colleges or student fraternity I visit. So thanks for giving me this opportunity. If there's any questions, I would love to take that. Any questions? Okay, Shamina ma'am.
One second. So now audience, it's open up to you to interact with our guest. You can either post your queries or you shall ask him directly. So it was a good presentation. You showed us lies about America and Ambani. You brought Ambani to our FDP. A lot of things.
No, I am very serious, ma'am. Very honest because for the opportunity is very big. Let's not be one area of clinical research or something like that. But the opportunity was too big. In fact, I have a friend who completed his, along with me, biochemistry and who works for AstraZeneca as a senior scientist. He works with in AstraZeneca in Bangalore. He studied in Coimbatore Konganadu College and the MSc, of course, MSc in Karpam. Yeah. So it's one our student fraternity for thinking differently. We have to just guide them. That's it, ma'am. Cost for performing that test, sir. For you, I'll give you at a discounted price, sir. Definitely. Okay, MRP.
Sir, good afternoon, sir.
Sure, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
I'm Dr. Satya Prabha from Marpune College, Tanjavur.
Tell me.
So I'm a microbiologist. Giving awareness program to the school students, government schools. In what way I can use my skill to the? Can you give me any tips for me?
Ma'am, if you're looking at school students, I would definitely suggest you to enroll yourself into a career counselor. That's something today, because the one area what I could see in students is they are completely clueless what they wanted to be. That is I've for some other reasons.
Okay,
I always love to meet them, but when I asked this question, I would always suggest you, in case if you can take a career counseling as a profession, and if you can incorporate a little bit science into the
Okay, sir. Okay, really, thank you very much, sir. I'll follow the same thing and I'll lift my up, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Okay. Thanks a lot, ma'am. Shamina, ma'am, once again, thanks for giving me this opportunity, and I'm sorry to keep it short. I hope you understand.
We are actually overwhelmed with happiness because I know your situation today, but still you are there for us. All well solution should be all well, and it should grow tremendously. It should be known globally.
Ma'am, today, I'm sorry to cut you short, ma'am. One good news which I thought I'll share you is today a mail. We're looking for some funding. We have raised the first round of the officially. We have got
very good news. And globally, we have a lot of participants across the globe. Most participants are from Bangalore also. Very well, you can contact our prestigious alumni for any sort of collaborations. Look, he's more into the academic also, and moreover, I need to say he's one of our BOS member as an industry part, and we are very happy with the same. And he's the first batch of biochemistry from RVS.
Yes.
So thank you so much, sir, for joining with us in your busy schedule.
Thanks a lot.
So definitely we'll have one more session when we have an interaction with our faculty members when you step back to Coimbatore.
Sure.
And another day.
Definitely, ma'am. Thanks a lot, ma'am. Thanks a lot. And I wish you all success for everyone. Thanks a lot for hearing me patiently, everyone. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, ma. Thank you. So, participants, as it is the 6th day, so we have one more day to go on with for the final completion of our 7-day FDP program. So tomorrow we have one more industry person come the Vice President, Dr. S.P. Suryaraj. He's from Ratnam Group of Institution. He'll be addressing on from innovation to impacts, building sustainable enterprises through intelligent technology. So stay connected with us in both in WhatsApp group as well as in our sessions, because tomorrow we'll have a group photo. At the end of the session, we request all the participants to be prepared for the session so that you need to open the camera, and that will be a last validatory function will be just have a thing, and we also expect few feedbacks from you. Either you can post in your chat box or you can open up to us to talk of questions to us. So thank you so much, participants. I hope the feedback is there in the chat box. So the session will be open for a few more minutes. So we request you to complete the feedback before leaving the session. So meet you all in the last day of the FDP program tomorrow. Signing off, me Shamina from RBS. Thank you so much.